Welcome back. Today we're talking about long-term health care options. It's not the most fun thing to talk about, but an important conversation that you definitely need to start having with your family and doctors. And joining us today to clear some of the common confusion about long-term care planning is Barbara Franklin from Franklin and Associates. Barbara, good morning.
Good morning, Tessa.
Now let's talk briefly about what long-term care is and why is it an important issue for women?
Long-term care means a whole range of support services that one might need when they're outside of the hospital but still needing some help to stay independent. And we know that women are called on in caregiving roles so often. In fact, we refer to the sandwich generation, women who are taking care of their children and parents at the same time. We know too that women live longer, women find themselves alone more frequently, and that's why they might face the need for care at a higher level.
Now, what are some things that they need to take into consideration when they want to start planning? And because it's really the kind of planning for long-term down in the future, really. So sometimes it's hard for people to think, well, what if something happens to me? What if I have to be hospitalized? So it's kind of hard for people to get in that frame of mind. How can they?
It really is, but because it is an important issue for women, we think women should educate themselves about the costs of care, the risks. They should look at some of the alternatives and be very realistic about how they want their care to be provided and where is the money going to come from. And put a plan in place so that that can become a reality for them.
And you mentioned cost and money. It's very expensive when you're talking about nursing homes and assisted living facilities.
It is, Tessa. According to surveys right now, the cost of a nursing home would be $70,000 to $80,000 a year in our area, higher in some other parts of the country. And we have to project into the future. What could that cost be 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now? That's important too.
I would say, and you're talking about the future, things are going to shift here in a little bit when it comes to long-term care insurance. Let's talk about that.
Right. Long-term care insurance has been around for about 30 years, but there's a particular issue happening now because insurance companies have realized that so much of the benefits being paid out are for women, 65% in fact. 7 out of 10 residents in a nursing home are women, and 2/3 of the people in assisted living are women. So they're paying out more benefits, and as a result, they're going to be charging higher premiums starting very soon for women. They have enough data to support that, and it's happening. Never before in our industry. It's always been the same rates for males and females.
So now is the time really for them to come in and sit down with Franklin and Associates and come up with a game plan. And if they wanted to do that, what's the process and how long should that process take?
Well, one place to start is our website that is very rich with resources. It actually has a premium calculator so someone could get an idea at least of what we might be talking about. But more importantly, we have to customize a plan to try to determine what is the goal, what does someone really desire about long-term care, what are their family circumstances, their financial circumstances, and try to customize that. Insurance may or may not be the right way to go, but if it is, we can move them through the process.
Right, and then just really kind of figure out how much out of pocket that they would have to pay out.
Exactly. Long-term care insurance can be affordable if you look at it as a cushion on top of what you can pay yourself.
Now, do you see this trend changing with more women becoming proactive and finding out more about long-term care? Do you find that that's growing, or has it kind of stayed the same? Or
well, we're certainly trying to make that happen. Women, as a rule, have not been very aggressive about their financial circumstances, and they don't make those plans. They've depended on a spouse or someone else to do that for them. But women live longer and find themselves alone. So if you're widowed or single, never married or divorced, you're going to have to make some of those decisions yourself. So we encourage active planning.
Indeed. So how would they get in touch with you and set up a consult?
Well, through our website is one possibility. We're located on James Island and have an office there.
Okay.
And our phone number is 762-4260.
Barbara, thank you so much for the information.
Thank you,
We really
Tessa.
do appreciate you. All right. Well, stay with us. We'll be right back.